It was at the 49-hour mark that I finally snapped. I was doing a challenge where you have to defeat a boss enemy before its minions in order to succeed. I tried doing the fight the traditional way, but my AI teammates just refused to cooperate. In fact, it seemed like they would purposefully attack the minions anytime I looked away, making the feat virtually impossible. Of course, the game's materia system is flexible, and this is a challenge that can be overcome with a little forethought. I enjoy the game's combat, and it wasn't really this particular challenge that broke me. What broke me was the weight. The crushing weight of the realization that I was not having fun. The realization that I wasn't really enjoying my time, and that, in a lot of ways, I kinda don't like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, to get the backpedaling and caveats out of the way, I'll say this. I love everything about the storyline in this game. I'm only in Chapter 10 right now, so I can't say for sure, but on this front, I really have no complaints. The set pieces are fun, the characters are great, the dialogue is spectacular. With all that said, let's get to the meat of the problem, the open world itself. I've heard a lot of praise about the open world of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but to me it feels like I'm taking crazy pills when I read that stuff. Outside of the open world looking extremely beautiful, all I see when I look at it is a giant checklist full of generic content. This game having towers that you climb to reveal points of interest on the map was funny to me, all the way up until it wasn't. Once you've spent a couple hours exploring the grasslands, the first open world zone in the entire game, activating towers and live streams, you've pretty much engaged with the majority of the game's open world content. Every single region is laid out the same way in a checklist format. It's all by the numbers, and it really starts to feel like it very quickly. There's only so many times I can push triangle on a thing, listen to Chadley say some unimportant shit, and then watch an unskippable completion screen pop up that I just want to mash past. I mean, I'm mashing the button, but I just cannot skip past. It made what would otherwise be an amazing experience a somewhat frustrating one, and I'll admit that it's partially my fault. If you're a normal person, you can probably safely skip all this filler content and have no issues, but as a fan, I want to see everything. Even when I know there's nothing there, I have to check all the boxes, despite my opinion on the game souring each time I do so. It's made all the worse by the overwhelming quality of the mainline content and the clear love and affection that went into it. When Chapter 9 hit its climax in Gongaga, I was flying high. Those hours with Cisne and the reactor and all that stuff with Scarlet was just amazing. Peak content in my mind. Then, right after the tantalizing conversations ended, I opened up the region map and I realized I had to fill it out. And that made me sad. I guess more than anything, I'm just disappointed that the open world feels like a relic, one whose substance plays second fiddle to the mainline set-piece events. It feels like generic filler, but then again, I guess a lot of good animes have their filler arcs. See you next time.